Yeah, I took in a game, the Heartlanders this
I
weekend.
did. It was the first game of the season for me, and it was an excellent event. David Fine is here, the broadcaster and director of communications, along with alternate captain Will Calverly. Is it that how you say it?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, and boy, it was a good game. It looked like the visiting team had your number for the first couple minutes, and then you scored a goal, and like everything fell apart for them, and you guys got 4 goals in the first quarter or the first period.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shaky start for us, but then I think once we kind of found the back of the net there, we just gained some confidence. And,
Well, you sure did.
Yeah, and like you said, it came pretty quick. I think it was within 7 minutes or something along those lines. 3 shots in a row, so it really helped us.
Has that ever been done before in the franchise?
First time in team history, the Heartlanders scored on 3 straight shots. It's happened actually a few times this year where Heartlanders have scored on back-to-back shots. It's not all too, it happens if you get a couple chances, but I don't think I've ever seen 3 straight shots go in, and first in team history, and that was the first time, it was the 4 first period goals tied a team record for the most first period goals at home in team history. So
I've seen 3 shots go into Hunter.
yeah, three shots in a row at Big Grove, but not at not the first in Iowa River Landing history,
No,
but the
I'm
first
sure not.
in Extreme Arena history. So.
No, it was what amazes me, and I used to go to the games when the Quad City Mallards were playing in the Quad Cities. When they first started about 30 years ago or so. What amazes me is how physical the game is, because when you're watching it on TV, this looks like they're skating back and forth. You guys are hauling butt up and down the ice, and then you're changing lines every 2 minutes or so. Players are coming in and off. It's amazing, and you guys just must be exhausted by the end of the game.
Oh, I'm exhausted during the game.
Yeah,
no, I mean, yeah, it's a lot, but at the same time, like, you get your little rest. You're out there for probably 45 seconds, and then you get a nice 2-minute rest. So usually you get back to the bench, try to catch your breath, and then kind of find out where you are. But like you said, it's physical, and every time you're playing, you're getting bumped or something, and you got a new sore or new pain every time you get off the ice. So, but it's awesome. I love it.
And your goalie, that was his first game in the league, right?
Yeah. We've actually a couple times we played Bloomington. Now we've had a guy get sent down to us for the game, and both times we've won, and they've done a good job for us. So it's working right now.
Yeah, that third period was pretty intense because they pulled their goalie with about 3-4 minutes left, trying to get it close, and you guys held the line, man. I mean, it was amazing watching the defenders, knocking the puck away and keeping it away from the team, and then the goalie made a couple of really nice saves too on top of it. So it was a great defensive effort to hold on to that lead.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, like you said, the goalie did a good job. I think everyone kind of dialed in and did what they needed to do, and there was a couple times where I think the goalie went for the empty net, wanted to get the goal, so it makes it a little nerve-wracking, but no, everyone did a good job.
Have you ever seen a goalie goal live, Will?
No, never. That's the first time I've seen a goalie attempt it live.
It's almost happened a couple times. I don't know with a Heartlanders goalie, but I've seen a few attempts here or there. Not in Extreme Arena. I don't know if I've ever seen a Heartlanders goalie try at Extreme Arena. I think Hunter Jones tried maybe once or twice, maybe in a previous game. But what we're talking about is our goalie, Sam Halavai, is really good at playing the puck. And they pull their goalie with 4 minutes left, and the puck is shot to him, and he puts it down real quick. And he tried to shoot it all the way to the opposite end of the ice to score a goalie goal, which has only happened just 10, 12, 15 rare times in ECHL history, and never in Heartlanders history. But maybe one day, and I thought we might have one there. So.
Yeah, it was a close call, that's for sure. So, Will, I have to ask you a question. I know you guys when you're on the road, your post-game meal is kind of hit or miss. You stop at a Denny's or some 24-hour joint. When you're home, what does your post-game meal look like?
I either go to Athletic Club and get something there, or I head over to Applebee's actually and just try to get something quick. I mean, after the games, I don't usually feel like cooking.
Sure.
So I just try to go somewhere where I know get something old reliable and just get something in my stomach.
Well, this is your second year playing here. Do you have a favorite restaurant down at the river landing or elsewhere in Iowa City that you kind of like when you really want something good, that's where you go?
That would probably be either 30 Hop or Tribute, just kind of in that river landing area.
Yeah.
You know, they got unbelievable food. And like you said, it's close for me. It's right there, so it's easy to get in.
Well, it's a great area, and I'm sure visiting players are probably just amazed at how convenient it is for everybody. Because a lot of these let's call them barns because that's what they are. They're out in the middle of nowhere. They got tons of parking around them, but nothing else. Meanwhile, you guys are just kind of, you're kind of wedged. It looks like you're wedged in there, but you got this beautiful facility and all kinds of neat stuff to do within walking distance.
Yeah, I've heard it's every time I have a buddy or someone come into town, it's their favorite place to come play. Strictly for that reason. It's like a little community kind of in that river landing. And like you said, no other rink that I've been at so far has had something like that.
So you guys are 4-3-1 to start the season. What's your impression of the team so far?
We're good. We were a young team. We're a young team still, but I think the start of the season we're kind of had some growing pains and some immature moments. But I think kind of we're learning how to deal with that, and I think we're a hardworking team, and we'll get in the face of our opponents, and we'll scrap out wins and make it tough for everybody.
I think that, Jim, sorry to cut off, I think one of the things that I've really noticed, too, and Will said, it's easy for someone to say, we work hard-working team. I think that this year's team has really embraced that. So it's a really fun brand to watch because it's fast and it's physical. And that's, obviously those are characteristics of a hard-working team. And you saw it on the win on Saturday at home in front of the Salute to Service crowd there, which was awesome. That in that third period, how hard the team was working to make simple plays, keep the lead. Those are not just easy things to do. So
no.
when Will says hard-working team, I think it's really, it's a group that the community can embrace for that reason.
Well, and we saw in the first period, one shot went in, and the next thing you know, two more shots go in, and all of a sudden they're down, 3-0, and it could easily happen could have happened to the Heartlanders. You gave up a goal, and they had to work really hard to get their second one after a while. So you guys closed ranks and said, well, let's not let that happen again, and it's just a scrappy game. It's just a lot of fun watching you guys out there on the ice doing your thing and not taking any grief from your opponents. That's always important to not let them run roughshod over you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing is we got some tough players on our team, and it kind of helps everybody. I'm not the biggest guy, but when I know they're on our team, I feel 6 foot 2. So it helps with everything. And like you said, just knowing the other team knowing they're not going to be able to push you around really deteriorates them a little bit.
The other thing I noticed is the guys that aren't playing when you guys are resting and stuff, you're so into the game. Like when your goalie made a couple of really good saves, you're pounding your sticks on the sideboards and stuff and making noise, and boy, that's got to give your guys on the ice a lot of confidence too, knowing that your team's backing you up.
Yeah, 100%. You always got to be engaged, and if you do something well and you hear the guys get excited or cheer you on, regardless of what it is, you get excited or you get a little happy. And you feel like they're noticing what you're doing, so it just kind of motivates you to keep going and keep working.
Yep. So you guys are in Kansas City tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That's so it's kind of like your once a year morning game, is that right?
Yeah, the Heartlanders go on the road for 2 morning games this year, and we have our own, which is against Toledo in about a month. So fans are welcome to come to that game, but we'll have a few thousand school children out from the Iowa City School District, which is awesome as well, and a few other surrounding communities. It's gonna be like a fun educational day. We do science experiments on the ice, and it's great. Iowa Wild just hosted theirs last Thursday, which was really cool to see. They had a ton of school children there, a few thousand as well. But anyway, yeah. So we're getting on the bus here, Jim. Not right away. Team's going to practice this morning. Get some lunch, load up the Iron Lung, and drive the 5 hours to Independence, Missouri, which is where the Kansas City Mavericks play, which is it's a pretty big rivalry throughout team history. That was the team that was here for the first game in team history when the Heartlanders crowd was just amazing that night. Everything about that game, and won 7-4, and there were all the fights and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to get on the bus and bring some lunch. I'm probably going to stop at Bread Garden Market over on the way to the rink this morning to get some lunch or something like that. And I'm curious to hear what Will's planning for a little snack and lunch too, and then we'll get to the hotel, go to bed. And
what kind of science experiments you do on ice?
yeah, like a bottle rocket. And in Des Moines last week, I saw they did like something with like gas, like all these like fumes coming out. Like, they set up a bunch of carpets on the ice, and they had someone from the local science center getting the kids to cheer, like, "Oh, do you want to see this thing like explode?" And then it would go, So it's actually really, really fun to see. When I'm on the air there, I take a long intermission break, a couple extra commercials to watch the science experiments like the fifth graders. So.
Well, and you've got some real super fans that come to the home games. I noticed some pockets where the fans were really cheering and leading cheers, which is pretty cool.
Will knows them too. He probably knows them as well as I do, right? So
yeah, they're awesome. Like you said, they lead the cheers at the games, and then whenever we do stuff in the community or little events, they're always there checking in on us. But no, it's awesome just to feel the support. But yeah, you definitely hear them at the games, leading the cheers, and what they're saying is pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah. I did notice that. Some of it not airable, but a lot of it fun for sure. So you guys are back home this weekend, though?
Yeah, 2 games at home this weekend. Actually, it's 4 games in total. So we're on the road tomorrow, on the road Sunday. But good for us, we're home on Friday and Saturday. So Friday is hockey night, like Hawkeye night, essentially. So we're going to have some members, various groups out from the University of Iowa, and it's just a night, wear your black and gold. Luckily, the Heartlanders colors kind of align with that. So wear your Iowa gear in support of whatever Iowa sport you want to support right now. And then on Saturday is we're calling it Hard Hats on Ice night. We have a couple sponsors too, so it's a way to honor, not necessarily like frontline workers isn't the right thing to say because we have our first responders and frontline workers night, but those in the community like the construction workers and those that have, I guess made it so that it's much easier to get into the Iowa River Landing than it was a few weeks ago, but just honoring, people in the community, construction workers and those that help really build up our community to be strong and where it's at. So we're expecting a couple good crowds on both nights. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, if I'm here, that if you can't make it to either one of those games, that we're home for on November 30th. If you're sick of seeing your family on Thanksgiving weekend on the Saturday, so a few days after Thanksgiving, to come out to make sure you're there for. I'm really pumped for crispy bacon night on Saturday, November 30th. Is going to be awesome.
Promoting all kinds of stuff going on with that. It should be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Will escaped our latest thing where they made one of the rookies tell like bacon and pig jokes to random people at Shields the other night. So Will was able to escape that. He's a second-year player now, alternate captain, doesn't have to go up to strangers and tell bacon jokes. So glad for Will that he avoided that one.
Yeah, thank God.
Also, I know that Friday is a partner with United Way. And if you go to United Way's website to purchase your tickets, I think a portion of the ticket sales goes to the United Way, so you can do that as well.
Yeah, that's right. That we always have thank you for reminding me of that, Jim, that we always have nonprofits of the night. And so on Friday, that's the example of it where, buy a ticket you can buy through us and or the United Way's link. If you buy through the United Way's link, it goes directly back. But if you don't buy through the United Way's link, but you buy Chuck a Puck and you get to, throw the pucks on the ice and try to win a prize, then a portion of it goes back there as well too. So no matter how you want to skin the cat, there's a way for you to get involved with United Way for Friday.
Yeah, that the Chuck-a-Puck's an awesome sight to see. Thousands of pucks coming out from the stands. Thank God they're foam rubber and not the regulation.
Yeah, it's funny because when Will's playing, you've like never even seen it really. It's like I'm standing there, I get so oblivious to it. But for you, it'd be like, wow, he almost hit it. He almost got on the target. He almost won the prize.
Has anyone ever got on the target?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Okay.
Plenty of times, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Heartlanders got a lot of season left. You go to iowaheartlanders.com. You can get ticket packages and single game tickets available, and their schedules there, so you can make plans to go, bring your family, and go out for a real good night. And there's plenty of food and drink to be had in that arena for sure. So So join us. And David, thank you. And Will, good to see you. And good luck this week in the play. And hopefully you'll come off the road and off the week with 3 or 4 victories. That'd be great.
Love that.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Iowa City's local